Chef taught me Big Duke here. So anyway, okay, I'm doing something a little bit different. They call Bible study. Every night about maybe 10 or 11 every night I would do on two whole chapters in the Bible every night on Bible study. And started Wednesday night I'm gonna do church service and put it on YouTube. Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night. So anyway, the first one I will read is Jeremiah 28, the whole chapter of Jeremiah 28. Okay, and it says, and it came to pass the same year in the beginning of the reign of Jeconiah, king of Judah, in the fourth year and the 5th month, that Hananiah, which was a Gibeon, spake unto me in the house of the Lord, in the presence of the priests and of all the people, saying, Thou speaking the Lord of hosts, the God of Isaiah, saying, I have broken the yoke of the king of Bashan. Within 2 full years will I bring again into that place all the verses of the Lord's house that Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, took away from his place, and carried them to Babylon. Verse 4. And I will bring again to this place Jeconiah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, that went into Babylon, sought the Lord, for I will break the yoke of the king of Babylon. Verse 5. Then the prophet Jeremiah said unto the prophet Hananiah in the presence of all the people that stood in the house of the Lord. Verse 6. Even the prophet Jeremiah said, Amen, the Lord do so, the Lord perform that was which thou hast purposed to bring against the vessels of the Lord's house, and all that he carried away captive from Babylon into his place. Verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thy ears and in the ears of all the people. Verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee, O prophets, boast against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilences. Verse 9. The prophet which promises a peace when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had surely sent him. Then Hananiah the prophet took the yoke from off the prophet Jeremiah's neck and break it. And Hananiah spake in the presence of all the people, saying, Thou shalt the Lord, even so I will break the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, from the neck of all nations, which in the face of 2 full years. And the prophet Jeremiah went his way. Then the word of the Lord came unto Jeremiah, the prophet, after that Hananiah the prophet had broken the yoke from off the neck of the prophet. Jeremiah said, Go and tell Hananiah, saying, Thou shalt the Lord, thou hast broken the yoke of wood, but thou shalt make for them yoke for iron. For thou shalt the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all the nations, that they may serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and they shall serve him, and I have given him the beasts of the field also. Then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah the prophet, Hear them now, Hananiah, the Lord hath not sent thee, but thou making this people to trust in a lie. Therefore thou shalt, Lord, Hold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth. This year thou shalt die because thou hast taught rebellions against the Lord. So Hananiah the prophet dies the same year in the 7th month. So anyway, I'm going to talk about it. That whole chapter right here talk about Jeremiah and the yoke that was broken off his neck. Yeah, so anyway, the next book I would do is Hebrews on chapter 11. Chapter 11, the whole book of chapter 11. Okay, verse 1 say, Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evilness of things not seen. For by the elders obtain a good report. To faith we understand that the words were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith Abel offered unto God more excellent sacrifice that came by which he obtained witness that he was righteous. God testifying of his gift, and by it he being there yet frequent. By faith Enoch was transferred that he should not see death, and was not found because God had transferred him. For before his transgression he had this testimony that he pleased God. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. By faith Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world, and became her of the righteousness. This is by faith. By faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he out, not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, is in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which had foundation, whom build and marker is God. To faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive, seek, and was delivered of a child, when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore fame there even of one in him as good as dead, so many as the stars are shy in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore. In numbers these all died in faith, not having received the promise, but having seen them afar off, and were pursued of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims of the earth. For they that say, searching decay, painting that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whither they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they deserve a better country, that is in heavenly. Wherefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for they had prepared for them a city. By faith Abraham, when he was tired, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promise offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thou seed be called, accounting that God was able to raise him up, even from the dead, by witness also he received him in a figure. By faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the son of Joseph and Warsaw, leaned up on the top of his saddle. By faith Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the king of Israel, and gave commandments concerning his bones. By faith Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughters, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to rejoice the pleasures of sin for a season. As Timon the reapers of Christ gathered riches than a treasure in Egypt, for he had refreshed unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook evil, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he induced as seeing him who is invisible. Through faith he kept the Passover in the sprinkle of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch him. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the eagle to do was drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were come past about 7 days. By faith the harlot we have perished not with them that believe not, when she had received the price with peace. And what shall I more say? For the time will fail me to tell of Gedaliah, and of Barak, of Samson, and of Jephthah, of David also, and Samuel, and of the apostle, who through faith subdued kingdom, ruled righteousness, obtained promise, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violation of fire, escaped the edge of the sword out of weakness, were made strong, lack violence, and fight turned to fight the armies of the aliens. Woman received the dead, raised to life again, and the others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might attain a better resurrection. And others had tried of good, mocking and chagrin, yell, moreover of bonds, and imprisonment. They were sown, and they was torn asunder, were temple was saying with the sword they won about in sheep sins and goat sins, being destructions, offending torments, of whom the Lord will not what they want in destruction, and in mountains, and in dens and caves of the earth. And these all having obtained a good report to faith, receive not the promise, God having proved some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. Okay, this it was talking about the kingdom of heaven and everything. So anyway, hope y'all have enjoyed my Bible study for tonight. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this, please. Y'all, thank y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this Bible study.